I'm standing here right on the Blue River as it flows through Silverthorne. And the Blue River is one of the most beautiful things in Summit County. It's really the lifeblood of Summit County. You're never really more than about a mile away from any part of it as you're spending your time here in Summit County. It's 65 miles now long, starting just above Breckenridge between Quandary Creek and Hoosier Pass, and it's going to flow south to north through our county and really supply the majority of the water for our beautiful area. And a lot of the activities that we do here and even down in Denver and as far away as Colorado Springs, this river is so important to all of Colorado and even the western half of the United States. Less than a mile into the Blue River is the Blue Lakes Reservoir, and this is the first man-made structure in the river, and it's just a little ways into it, starting at those very first headwaters. This is one of my favorite places to go and really get to be in the river, and it's even also an amazing place if you're not too cold to go for a quick swim if you've gone for a hike up Quandary. This also supplies some of the water into Colorado Springs, which is one of those amazing areas where we can see where everything that we do up here really helps people down in the Front Range. This is also an amazing recreation area. If you're just looking at it, it's going to be a great place to take a quick lunch break as you hike up Quandary if you're going to do a 14er. The next up is Goose Pasture Tarn, just a little ways down the river. This is one of the favorite locals places. It's a little harder to get to, but it's great for paddle boarding and really spending any of your time on it, winter or summer. It's also a great place to go and really start ice fishing and spending a lot more time on the Blue River, even when it seems like you can't when it's frozen over. That's just a little bit north of Breckenridge. As you continue to follow the river as it flows down into Breckenridge, one of my absolute favorite places to experience the Blue River is at the Blue River Plaza in Breckenridge. I grew up here, so I have spent many days paddling around in the river, busting up my knees on those rocks, but it's a really great place where lots and lots of locals and tourists alike come and play in the river and experience those chilly, icy meltwaters and really get to spend some time in this river. This continues to flow down through Breckenridge and really be one of the dividing sections of Breckenridge. And as it flows down into Lake Dillon, there's lots of areas where there's lots of fishing, and even where lots of the ski resorts bring in much of their water for snowmaking. So this river is utilized all year round for human needs, and lots of recreation happens on it. Lake Dillon Reservoir is one of the best known parts of the Blue River. This was constructed in the 1960s when the dam was completed. It used to be at the confluence of three of the major rivers here in Summit County, the Blue River, the Snake River, and the 10 Mile Creek. And that's where it used to be at the confluence where Old Dillon Town was. Old Dillon Town was consequently moved, relocated, and then flooded, so you can still see some of the remnants of Old Dillon Town down far below the surface of Lake Dillon. Lake Dillon also is a great area. We've got two marinas on it. We've got Dillon Marina and Frisco Bay Marina, where you can really find the best ways to recreate on this beautiful mountain lake. You can go sailing, stand-up paddleboarding, kayaking, really spend any time you want on it. You can even see some scullers out there early in the morning, really getting the best of our lake at its most flat and fun. The river then is going to flow out. Half of it goes down the Roberts Tunnel, which is one of the longest areas where a river flows across a continental divide, and that's where it's going to really bring all of its water to Denver. All of Lake Dillon's water is owned by Denver, so it really helps to provide a lot of the sustenance that Denver and the metropolitan area needs. That's quite a long ways away from Summit County, but everything we do up here really affects Lake Dillon, and then consequently the entirety of the Front Range. It's going to flow out of Lake Dillon, past right where I am right here, and down into Green Mountain Reservoir. This is one of the only reservoirs in Summit County where you can swim in. I know I've had a lot of fun swimming in Green Mountain. You can also do lots of motorboating, paddleboarding, and all the activities that you like the most up here in Summit County. There's also some great campgrounds right on Green Mountain Reservoir. That's one of the last man-made structures in the Blue River before its 65 miles are up, and then it flows into the Colorado River. I don't even really need to say how important the Colorado River is to not only Summit County, but the entirety of the western United States. Over 75% of our water here in Colorado flows falls in our state and flows right out of it. And that's going to be really what's going to breathe all that life into cities like Las Vegas and even down into the Southwest deserts. A lot of our water is going to really help all of those people. So anything we do on our rivers up here or anywhere on the Colorado, in the Colorado River Basin, is really going to be the most helpful and the most effective to really maintain a healthy watershed for over half of the United States. So it's going to be really important to really stay respectful to our beautiful rivers, and no matter where you are in Summit County. You're never more than just a little stone's throw from the Blue River.